Welcome to Truth Seekers, the podcast hosted by True. I am your host. First and foremost, I just want to disclose that this podcast is based on personal theories, experiences, and opinions. We can all agree to disagree without spreading hate to our fellow community members. Okay, so today I have an exciting topic to cover. And this is my first topic and the first, real episode of my podcast. So I am super excited about that. I am so excited to get into some of these theories with you guys and kind of see your feedback, see if you guys have heard of it, what your thoughts are after watching or listening to the episode. So today we are going to be discussing Cern. And this is a pretty interesting one, I think, because a lot of people have never even heard of Cern before. And I think that's crazy because it's such an interesting topic. So what exactly is Cern? CERN is the European Organization of Nuclear Research. It is the home of the Large Hadron Collider, and it is the biggest physics research facility in the entire world. It took about $5 billion to create in about 30 years. It is located in Switzerland, and it's been around since 1954. So let's start with CERN's primary mission. What are they doing there at this large research facility? So CERN's primary mission is to understand the fundamental particles that make up our universe. They conduct experiments that recreate conditions just as the Big Bang Theory, allowing scientists to study the building blocks of matter. So basically, what we got at CERN are these two humongous pipes that we send atoms through at lightning speed to collide these atoms together and see what happens. That's basically what's going on there in the simplest terms. So they are looking to, like I said, create the Big Bang Theory, see what created the universe, the world, how do we get here? They want to recreate it, and that's what they're doing out there. What exactly, though, is happening behind those gates? And why do some people believe that CERN is the center of a web of lies? And why are there so many conspiracy theorists now questioning CERN? Some theories suggest that CERN is not just a scientific facility, but it is also a gateway to other dimensions. And they point out to the experiments that are conducted by the Large Hadron Collider, where the particles are smashed together, as I said. They believe that when this is done, that it opens portals to alternate universes. It kind of makes sense. You are recreating or attempting to recreate the Big Bang Theory. So I would think that some weird things can happen when you're trying to do that in general, because if that created the entire universe and how we're here, if you are recreating it, I'm sure you can create other realms or realities, right? So this is just another theory. A lot of people believe that it's not just for research, this facility. They believe that they are purposely trying to create otherworldly beings or trying to communicate with other realms and other beings in other dimensions and, harness dark energy. So not everybody believes that this is this positive research facility and that they're doing something for the greater good. They actually think that it is something a little bit more sinister. Claims say that these experiences have inadvertently created black holes or even led to the end of the world. What do you mean? We're still here. So no, we're not. Or we're not in the same world that we used to be in. So how is that possible? We're obviously still here, as we know it, but are we really? Are we really here in the same dimension as we were back in our childhood? Like I said in my intro video, things are a lot different than they were when we were growing up. The world just seems like it's taken a shift, and a lot of people can feel it physically just as much as mentally. So there's actually this theory by this genius little boy who explained CERN in such a great way and used science as well to explain how we are actually in another dimension. Let's take a listen.
Behind it. But what happened was we made this universe sort of out of balance, and our universe... Because of the collider, the super collider? Yeah, we altered the weight of a single electron, which I believe shifted us into a parallel universe, considering that we caused a chain reaction that could have catastrophically destroyed our universe. Even when we thought about starting it, we thought our universe would implode, and then it didn't, and we're like, oh, it's okay. Well, maybe it did implode. We just instantly got shifted to another universe.
And that's your belief?
In my belief. Of course, this is just a theory, and it's still being developed.
Okay.
But, yeah, maybe in that infinitely small moment of time, we were instantly shifted. My theory of the Mandela effect and how the particle accelerator altered the weight of one electron and therefore destroyed our universe and shifted us into the universe that's directly next to it, and therefore things are different in this universe.
So you believe that this thing that some people call the Mandela effect is actually real?
Oh, absolutely real.
Can you describe what it is for people who have never heard it before?
Sure. So the Mandela effect is the effect of some people thought that Nelson Mandela died at a certain time, and other people remember it as a different time. And this goes for a lot of other things. You know, Star Wars, classic videos, Mirror, Mirror on the Wall. Everybody knows that. Well, if you actually look back to the original film, it's not Mirror, Mirror on the Wall. It's Magic Mirror on the Wall. And some people actually...
Which, of course, it's not.
It's not.
I love that this kid kind of made a visualization of what's going on paper, and he explained it so thoroughly. I'm not a scientist. I know nothing about science, but he really made it seem as if there are two parallel universes that we are coexisting in at the moment. So he broke down the cause and basically how Cern has shifted us into this other reality. I don't know who it was in the background. You can hear, you know, I think it was his dad, whoever it was in the background asking him questions. And you hear the little boy explaining how this is the reason that we now have the Mandela effect. It's really interesting, and I love talking about the Mandela effect because it just psychs everyone out, even people that don't believe in things like this. They're like, wait, show me an example. And you show them, they're like, okay, that's kind of weird. So I am going to do a complete different episode, a separate episode just on the Mandela effect coming up for my next episode, because I just think that there's so much to cover there. But it makes sense. If we shifted into another reality back when Cern operated this experiment, and we have been living in a parallel universe that is slightly shifted than the realm that we were in before, it makes sense why people have these disrupted memories, and people's memories, you know, are different than others. So another strange thing that's been going on at Cern and has been raising questions is that outside of the facility, they have a Hindu god of destruction. Little strange to have a Hindu god of destruction, Shiva, located outside of this large research facility in Switzerland. I just think that that's a little, you know, just a little misplaced. So another thing that's really strange about Cern is that they have a lot of symbolism going on outside their facilities, right? So, for example, there was a ritual being done outside the gates of Cern. And, you know, a lot of people said that it was just a expression, an artistic expression going on, an artistic ceremonial dance type of thing. Yeah, it looked like a ritual, and I don't know why there would be such an artistic dance going on outside the largest physics research facility, but that definitely seemed to raise some eyebrows. Let's take a look. So for those of you who are listening on audio only, I'm just going to explain what's going on here. There is the statue Shiva, and there are people surrounding it, and they are worshiping the statue, bowing down, wearing black cloaks. It appears that there is a human sacrifice going on. I don't know if there's somebody laying on the floor. That's what it appears to be in the video, and it appears that they are bowing down to this statue of the Hindu god of destruction, and this is going on at nighttime. It's just this really airy, creepy feel to it. It definitely seems like there is a ritual occurring. So what do you guys think? Do you guys think that this was just some type of artistic dance that they decided to put on, a little show that day outside of Cern? Or do you think that this was a ritual when it's right next to the Hindu god of destruction and outside a facility trying to recreate the Big Bang Theory? Yeah, I'm leaning more towards the fact that was a ritualistic dance, and that they have some other agenda going on that's a little bit more sinister going on at Cern. So what's the truth? Is CERN, this groundbreaking scientific facility, is it a front for something more nefarious? What is really happening? I know scientists and researchers are focused on advancing or understanding the universe, understanding how we got here. The work that they put in is, I'm sure, very, very complex. And I'm sure that a lot of scientists go into these facilities with the best intentions. However, CERN has said that they are looking for the God particle. And I think in their last experiment that they held last year, they said that they did find the God particle. My personal opinion is, why are we doing this? Like, why are we doing that? And, science can get very, very, it's a fine line. It's a fine line between studying matter and, getting answers. But certain things I don't feel like we need the answer for. That's just my opinion. Why are we getting into this realm of switching realities and going into black holes? Like, this is why the world is the way it is. This is why nobody is ever on the same page. This is why things are so different than it was. This feels like a different world than it was when we were growing up, because we are in a different world. We're in a different dimension. And apparently we're living in a parallel universe. And the Mandela effect is the perfect, example of how we have proof that we are living in an alternate universe. And that's what I want to use my next episode for, is to dive deeper into the Mandela effect. We need science, obviously, to advance as humans, and science has cured a lot of diseases. Science has, has helped us a lot. But at the same time, when you put science into the hands of the wrong people, things can get out of control. And if we are recreating the Big Bang Theory and we are recreating our, what led to our entire existence, there is inevitably going to be something that happens that is negative out of all of this. We are not just going to get positive outcomes because we don't know who these experiments are left in the hands of, and we don't know their agenda. And, I'm sure whoever's running this facility can be bought out by some of the world's biggest corporations, and, all of their data and their methods and basically all the fundamental research that they have done can be exploited, and it can be put into the wrong hands. And then what happens? What happens when the wrong people know how to create different realms and black holes and alternate universes? Are you guys with this? What do you guys feel about CERN? Do you guys think that they should be doing this out here? Do you think CERN should be shut down? I believe that there is a reason that CERN does not get a lot of media coverage. And I think that they don't want us to dig deeper or really ask questions about what is going on over there, because people really start to see that CERN has a direct correlation to some of the weird, just weird things that have been going on in our lifetime, and that they basically hold the answers for why the world feels so different than it did 10, 20 years ago. Then they will start questioning the motives of CERN. And I just think this is something we should not tamper with, but that's just my personal opinion. What do you guys think? How do you guys feel about this research facility? I want to hear your thoughts, and stay tuned for my next episode on the Mandela effect. I'll see you guys soon.